What's up, lads? Welcome to the old Cranky Man channel. My name is Rugly. It's Sunday, the Sunday after Lawn Lander. I got some coffee here. Gonna spend the day recapping all of the sweet games that went on yesterday. So sit back and relax. Enjoy some Canadian Highlander with me. For round one, the feature match was Cody P. Sizzle playing Gruul Monsters versus 2023 Lawn Lander champion Tanner L. playing Omnitiative. Looks like Cody is gonna ship it back for a fresh hand. Cody's point spread: Mox Emerald, Mox Ruby, Soul Ring. He's playing Gruul Monsters. This is a red-green aggro deck. It really tries to leverage some of these fast mana starts between the Moxen, the Soul Ring, the Mana Dorks. Very, very consistently having between like 3 and 4 mana on turn 2 pretty regularly, and start just chucking out some huge creatures or Blood Moon type effects, things like that, to punish the opponents and then get them dead with some giant monsters. Tanner on the other side of the table playing Omnitiative. This is a mid-range deck. It's 4-color mid-range, no black. His points are Mox Emerald, Mox Ruby, Mox Sapphire, and 4th Aerolingus. So, in a similar way to this Gruul Monsters deck, this deck is trying to leverage fast mana starts, but it also has the ability to just kind of slow the game down and interact a bunch. It's playing all of the best, removal spells that are available. And you'll see here, this does actually get corrected quite a bit later on, but basically the cameras are reversed. So, Cody, that is Cody, but Cody's cards are actually at the bottom of the screen. So Tanner's starting off here with a Gitaxian Probe. Cody reveals the hand there, and then gonna follow that up, I believe, with just a Misty Rainforest and a passing of the turn. Also, check out this new sweet streaming room that we have here. Game Castle spent like basically the entire winter renovating the room that we used to use as a coverage booth, and now that is our streaming room. So it is very sweet. However, I would like to point out that we are struggling with the glare a little bit. So that top part of the table there, you can just like basically never see the lands. So again, I apologize. But I am glad that it's basically just the lands that you can't see generally, as long as people play with their lands in the back like they're supposed to. Cody gonna fetch a Surveil land at the end of the turn here. That is going to leave a card on top, put it into the graveyard. He's thinking, gonna mull it over. Have some more coffee. Territorial Hellkite going to go to the graveyard. Cody's turn 2 here. A Ridden 6. So, in this matchup, I think it's probably fine that Cody is, keeping a bit of a slower hand, especially on a mulligan here. Did Cody mulligan? It might have actually been Tanner that mulligan. But Tanner's deck is not incredibly fast, so Cody's threats are still uber potent, and I think it's fine to take a little bit of a slower approach here. Looks like Tanner is going to fetch on the instep there, and we'll see what he's got for turn 2. This Ridden 6 being able to get back every fetch land that Cody cracks. Going to be super impactful over the course of several turns. That looks like a volcanic island from Tanner here, and he'll just pass the turn back over to Cody. So potentially holding up some counter magic. Let me see if I can pull up these players' deck lists. Here is a Mox Emerald from Cody. And crack the Arid Mesa. So potentially a 4 mana threat coming in here. It is a... Oh, that's the red adversary.
plus on my Arid Mesa. Yep. Got it.
No, sorry, that is not the red adversary. That is the creature that deals your opponent 2 damage in their upkeep if they don't control 2 basic lands. Can't remember what it's called. Furnace Punisher, maybe? Brazen Borrower, going to take care of it and go on an adventure. Furnace Punisher back into the hand here. Tanner going to take a draw step. Looks like a fetch land again. Again, I apologize for the glare. Sweet MTG Dad's Patreon Minsk and Boo token. The Boo token there, you see it's Hamtaro. Doodled that one myself. I'm doing my best over here to keep track of life totals. So a Gataxian Probe from Tanner plus 2 fetches. I believe Tanner should be at 16. And then Cody has had 3 fetches and no other damage, I believe. So at 17, my best approximation. Also, you guys use the companion app, please. Please. Sentinel of the Nameless City from Tanner here. Get a map token. Pass back over to Cody. Alright, so got the deck lists up here in front of me.
7 turns? Yeah.
That Arid Mesa just keeps coming back. Furnace Punisher is going to get cast again. Mesa going to get cracked, it looks like. No? Yes? Okay. Mesa going to get cracked. Renin 6 is going to plus and put the Mesa back into hand. Like I said, over the course of several turns, this Renin 6 is just... I mean, it's effectively drawn Cody 3 cards. So, I need to look at Furnace Punisher. I don't recall if that triggers on its controller's upkeep or opponent's upkeep. While you're here, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn those notifications on so that we get to annoy you every time we upload a video. Furnace Punisher, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, Furnace Punisher deals 2 damage to that player unless they control 2 or more basic lands. So Tanner would have taken 2 there. Should be down to 14, I believe. Let's see if Tanner has... There's 1 mana. Chain Lightning going to take care of the Furnace Punisher. Cody, big advocate for this card. The 3 mana 3/3 with Menace. Pretty good. Looks like Cody is going to copy that Chain Lightning. That'll go to Tanner's face. Tanner down to 11 here. Sentinel of the Nameless City going to attack Renin 6. Another map token going to come into play here. Sentinel of the Nameless City, another one of these cards that just kind of snowballs out of control very, very quickly. Looks to be another non-basic land here from Tanner, and pass back over to Cody with 5 mana open. Arid Mesa just keeps coming back. Coffee time. Looks like Renin 6 is going to minus and go straight to Tanner's Dome, so he'll be down to 10. Here's a Headliner Scarlet, new card from the Clue set. There's a 4 mana 3/3 with Menace and Haste. Menace? No, it doesn't have Menace. It just has Haste. When it enters, creatures target player controls can't block. So Tanner going to take another 3, down to 7, I believe. Brazen Bar, we're going to get cast on the instep here. So a 3/1 flyer that can only block creatures with flying. So Tanner should be able to answer the Wrenn and 6 this turn, but Cody, I still believe 4 cards in hand. Plenty of gas in the tank. Tanner under the gun, I believe. Looks like gonna crack a map token, maybe. Map token on the Sentinel. That's gonna reveal a Territorial Kavu on the Explorer. That's gonna go to the graveyard. Sentinel's gonna get a +1/+1 counter.
5. Huge. Such a broken card. Just like Mexico. It's like exactly like Mexico.
He said Sentinel have been able to City. Such a broken card, just like Vince Gidbu.
Yep.
No, looks like Brazen Borrower is going to attack Wrenn and 6, and Sentinel is going to hit Cody. Cody will be down to 13, I believe. Wrenn and 6 is Gonzo. Tanner might be maneuvering in a position to get back into this game, but with just 7 life, this Gruul Monsters deck has enough haste creatures and burn in it to really kind of just go the distance. Tons of reach in this deck. Not the key word, but the ability to close the game out when your opponent is at a low life total.
No, your touch only deal 2 damage.
Are we counting for Tarmogoyf? Oh, maybe we were counting for, what is that other thing called for Unholy Heat? Expressive Iteration on the top here.
I'll keep them on top.
Looks like that's going to stay on the top. Another +1/+1 counter going to get added to the Sentinel. Jeez, what's the name of that mechanic? I can't believe I'm blanking on that. Delirium, that's what it's called. Alright, fetch land gonna get cracked for Cody here, so he'll be down to 12, I believe. He's just gonna find a basic mountain. Does Cody have 2 mana? 2 mana? Something on the instep here, maybe a Bone Crusher Giant to take care of one of those creatures, or just go straight to Tanner's Dome. Is that 2 mana?
I'm a 5. To 11? 10. Did you take one for your fetch? I did not. Thank you.
Well, I heard him say he was going to 5. I think it's a Bone Crusher Giant. It's got to be. No?
Okay. Yep.
How did Cody deal him 2 damage?
The face down. Sure is. Pretty good.
I love that Headliner Scarlet doesn't show your opponent the card that gets exiled to it.
Alright, I cast Price of Progress. Okay, Crusher.
Oh, okay. It was a Price of Progress.
Yep. I will exert. Yeah, that can't. Let's go.
Wait. Okay, I'm confused. Tanner did die there. The Price of Progress should have been lethal, I would think. Tanner had 4 non-basic lands in play at just 7 life. So, regardless, Cody going to take down game 1 here. Tanner on the play for game 2. But Cody, again, playing this Gruul Monsters deck with all these Mana Dorks, with Moxen and Soul Ring and stuff, really, really easy for him to steal back the play just by making, effectively 2 land drops on the first turn of the game.
Make sure.
In most games here, let's see if we can fast forward through the shuffling part. I believe that was me coming into the room there. So at some point here, I start to move the cameras around to make them correct.
The card she flipped off.
This is me telling the story about Headliner Scarlet flipping an Ephemerate off of the top. Super gross.
Fire. Nothing but flames.
Players gonna draw up their 7-card hands here.
Love to see it. Who's in the chat?
I'm perpetually in
I think
chat.
with 34 players for this Lawn Lander, breaking the previous record of
Chat is in your
33.
corner.
Thank you, chat. Thank you.
So we had
individually.
4 dual lands up for grabs, as well as the invite to the championship at the end of the year.
Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. Good to go. I'm good.
Tanner, of course, did win the sword last year in the championship at the end of the year. Both players going to keep 7.
Yep. Okay. Sorry.
Start with a couple of lands here.
Yep.
Heading back over to Cody. Soakin' Zen. I believe that other card is the Waterlogged Grove. Cody does not actually have blue cards in his deck. Well, I guess he has a Mental Misstepping and Taxian Probe. So Moloch for no value going to get cast here. Head back over to Tanner. So I think this is around the time where I started trying to fix the cameras. I did not actually realize at first that they were flipped. Again, all of the information is correct. That player at the top is Cody. His deck is Gruul monsters, etc. But Cody's hands are on the bottom of the play area, if that makes sense.
Is great. Nice isolated.
So someone in chat had pointed out that they went backwards. You know, growing pains. We're in this brand new fancy streaming room, but we have cameras upside down and glare on half of the table. Please bear with us, folks. We will get there eventually. Tanner has a Mox Sapphire, and we'll just pass the turn back to Cody here. So not much happening in the way. Maloch did die. There's a Forest from Cody, and looks like we'll just pass back over to Tanner. So much slower game this time around. Players just develop their hands. No third land from Tanner. Pass back over to Cody. There is a Caracas.
I'm playing Gruul control.
One of the beautiful parts about this Gruul Monsters deck is that like the mana is super duper good, right? So they can afford to play these like off-color lands that do things because the mana base is like it's super flexible. It's not greedy at all. Of course, you have some double pipped cards. There might even be a couple of triple pipped cards, but when you're only playing 2 colors, you have Moxen and the mana dorks, etc. You can shove a Caracas in there and just get that extra value. It's going to tap for mana occasionally, but you know it gives you extra utility. Not sure what that card on the instep was. Some sort of cantrip, I think, probably. Doing a little bit of sculpting, trying to find another land drop. Here's a Ren and 6. That's good for a land drop. Plus, targeting the Prismatic Vista. Endurance is going to get flashed in here from Cody. So that will deny Tanner that land drop. And I think that's going to matter a ton, actually. Especially if Cody has a way to finish off this Ren and 6. Endurance could be the card that just goes the distance. And they're going to pass back over to Cody here. What's it going to be?
Thing is, I don't know how I'm going to kill this Ren and 6. I guess 2 attacks, but...
You can do what I do and just ignore it.
I don't think so.
Endurance is going to attack the Ren and 6 down to 1 here.
I don't think so. I'm gonna drop card. Yep.
Waterlogged Grove going to get cashed in for a fresh card off the top. And Cody just going to pass back over to Tanner.
Okay, perfect. I fixed Jeremiah there right now.
Hooray.
Okay, so the players are correct now. Cody is on Cody's side of the field. Tanner is on Tanner's side of the field.
Cards now? 7. We're chilling. We're being chilling.
Here is a Territorial Kavu from Tanner. Ren and 6 is going to plus with no targets. Still no third land here from Tanner. And pass back over to Cody. So this is a situation where the glare on the lands matters because I don't know how much power and toughness this Kavu has. It's probably a 4/4, but it could be a 3/3. Don't know if it matters. Pyrokinesis looks like maybe it's going to take care of it, although potentially Tanner has some interaction. Spell Pierce going to get
16.
cast here. Maybe Cody thinking about paying for it. So Ridden 6 down after the endurance attack and a Fable of the Mirror Breaker from Cody here. Tanner is under the gun. Still at 19, I believe, but if he can't start drawing lands real soon, this game is going to continue to spiral out of control very, very quickly. Cody's deck has some of the most powerful threats in the format in it. And Tanner, being light on lands, is going to have a real problem keeping up with it. There is a land. It's a Misty Rainforest. Perfect. Just what we love to see. Now, I don't know what sort of sequence Tanner could need. Got 5/6 power worth of creatures in play, 5 power, plus the enchantment that's going to keep turning out value over the next several turns. There's Misty Rainforest getting cracked. We'll see what the follow-up is. Yeah, Omnath wouldn't do it here. I mean, it would be a good start, but without that land drop available to gain a life and make the mana, I don't know that that's what Tanner would want in this spot. It's probably just some combination of like a cheap removal spell and then something else to be able to interact on Cody's turn. I'm not sure everything that Tanner has available to be able to try to kill this enchantment. Ragavan is going to get dashed here after a Brazen Borrower is going to bounce that. Lelia off the top here. Treasure token for Tanner. Ragavan going to go back to hand. Let's see here. I suppose he could probably just let it flip and then use his creature removal to try to take care of it. But that might be the last time that Ragavan gets to hit. Cody has this Karakas in play, and if he's able to continue making land drops, or even if he doesn't make land drops and he just continues to develop his board while keeping this Karakas untapped, that Ragavan is going to do zero good. Here's his own Ragavan. Let's go.
Yep, combat. Yep. Yeah. Damage. Yep. 13.
Snapcaster Mage going to come off of the top here. Tanner down to 13, I believe. Cody doesn't have anything to flash back with the Snapcaster Mage or the mana to cast it, really. So that's just going to stay in exile. Treasure token is going to get turned into a Noble Hierarch. Ragavan back to hand. Back on Tanner's turn.
I might cast a Snapcaster. Target mental misstep, funny. Target berserk, funny.
Oh, let's see. Here's 3 mana from Tanner. Oh, he does have a basic mana in play. Nope, not 3 mana.
Yep.
Just gonna pass back over to Cody. Potentially holding up some interaction. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is gonna flip over here.
Unfortunately for the camera, and you, I guess, in your eyes.
Uh-oh, chat. The coffee's gone. Alrighty. Tanner has a grip full of
Cast
cards. Here's a Mox Ruby. Here is Cody's Sentinel of the Nameless City.
Sentinel.
Let's see, what does Tanner have in hand there? I see a White Plume Adventurer. There's a couple of red cards. I believe one of them is a Lightning Bolt. There's another red card, but I'm not sure what it is. It could be a Pyrokinesis. The thing is, though, Cody has a lot of toughness in play. He has a lot of power in play, but he has a lot of toughness in play. So the Lightning Bolt could take care of the Noble Hierarch or the Reflection. The Pyrokinesis, a card that is normally like at least a 2 or sometimes 3 or even 4 for 1, is probably just going to be a 1 for 1 here. That's if he has a red card to pitch to it.
You only hit me once with Ragavan, though, right?
Can't imagine that in this situation he wants to
Twice
pitch
and
that
Ragavan once.
Lightning Bolt, and I believe it's the only other red card in hand for
Isn't
Tanner
it
here. So.
H-A-L-K?
Yeah. 477.
Oh, I missed that. That's why I'm missing it. I'm missing my misstep.
So many options.
All right. Oh, that is a Reprieve, actually. Oh, he has a Solitude in hand here. I don't know. Tanner might be in a pretty good spot. Not sure how many cards Cody has in hand. 2 or 3, I think.
Combat.
It's me wandering around in the background.
I'm gonna.
All right, there is the Ragavan getting cast off the Mox Ruby. And I believe it was an attack for 4, so Tanner down to 9. I don't know if Tanner's list has a Supreme Verdict in it. He did have a Supreme Verdict at one point in time. Let's see. I don't even know if he could cast it. So paying mana for the Gataxian Probe here. Cody reveals a Flame Slash, the Sentinel of the Nameless City we saw last turn, and then a Canker Bloom.
Flame Slash, Sentinel, Canker Bloom. Good cards, good cards.
Let's see. Even if he did have a Supreme Verdict, the Karakas would be able to put the Ragavan back into Cody's hand. He'd be able to keep turning out value here, because Cody still has a ton of life to play with. He's at 16, I think. Chain Lightning. Okay, that's a good start. Going to take care of the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. And what is the follow-up, Tanner? He is not playing Supreme Verdict anymore. It's like a Murktide is going to get cast here. Can he make it big enough for the Flame Slash to not kill it? That is the question.
No, it's all the way down low right now. It still blows out.
So he exiled
Like, you can usually
the
see their
Reprieve,
cards.
the Chain Lightning, the Gataxian Probe. Not 100% sure what that last card he exiled was, but I believe that Murktide is a 7/7.
You're 9?
Yeah.
And then the
Combat.
what the heck is that other card that he just played? It's like a 2-mana creature. I have no idea what it is though. Is it a Delighted Halfling? Maybe it was a 1-mana creature. So Endurance attacking for 4 here would take Tanner down to 5. So he could potentially block. But then the Flame Slash should be able to finish off the Murktide or eat the other creature in combat. I think that has to be a Delighted Halfling, but I don't know, the name doesn't. It's like a fancy Noble Hierarch or something. Help me out, chat. Comment down below what the hell creature that is. I think it must be a fancy noble hierarch. Yeah, Tanner deep in the tank here. He's expend a bunch of resources to get this, Murktide in play. It would be really unfortunate to lose it, but I think it's probably necessary at this point. Um, Again, the Sentinel of the Nameless City will spiral out of control very, very quickly. Tanner just going to take the 4 here, go down to 5.
Yep.
Either way, the Sentinel of the Nameless City is probably going to spiral out of control really, really quickly.
Yeah, I think I'll crack immediately on
Yep.
Ragavan.
Okay, so the map token is going to get cashed in right away. Chrome Mock's going to go to the graveyard. Ragavan will get a +1/+1 counter. Oh, that's the other card in Tanner's hand. It's Ragavan from earlier. He hasn't had it in play since Cody played the Karate. So Fiery Islet. Played his land for turn here. Tanner is going to need something real good.
Yep.
Just going to pass the turn back to Cody.
I'll draw a card.
Potentially should be blocking with this Murktide Regent here, I think.
Shadow Flame Slash that thing.
I mean, you might lose your Murktide, but you're going to lose your life if you don't block or attack. Flame Slash looks like it's going to take care of the Delighted Halfling. Or Noble Hierarch, whatever that is.
Before combat.
Mana going to get floated here. Solitude is going to get cast. It's going to take care of the Sentinel. Cody will gain 3 up to 19, I believe. Endurance going to get crashed in. Now that the Flame Slash is out of the way, Chain Lightning going to get cast post-combat to finish off that Murktide. Cody still has 1 card in hand. Yeah, it's the Canker Bloom. Tanner, I think, has 4 cards. 3 or 4 cards. Maybe it's just 2. So could be getting in position to turn this around. He's been super light on lands this whole game, though, doing his best to kind of stretch these resources as far as they'll go. The Murktide was a clean 2 for 1. Solitude being able to answer the Sentinel. Prismatic Endings, though. I mean, this 4-color Omnitiative deck is just all good cards. If your deck cooperates and you draw lands, like, you can't possibly lose, but it's every time you struggle with your mana. Fall behind. So Prismatic Ending gonna take care of the Ragavan. The hits just keep coming. There's 3 mana. Follow-up Flame of Anor going to take care of the Cankerbloom, and Cody is left with just a Noble Hierarch in play. Solitude going to get in the red zone. Tanner will gain 3, go back up to 8. Cody down to 14, I believe.
Ash.
And Ragavan. Oh, the Caracas bounced the Ragavan in response to Prismatic Ending. So Endurance going to come off of the top here for Cody with a treasure token.
Yep.
Going to cast the Endurance.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Looks like
Target me.
Yeah.
going to get rid of Tanner's Graveyard here. Ragavan going to go back to turn, or go back to hand at the end of turn.
Yeah, there's nothing. No, you have snap. Wait, I exiled Snapcast. Yeah, I think I exiled. Yeah, good. And I need a reach creature for this fucking thing. Sorry, I'm cursing. Sorry, I'm sorry, family friend. I'm sorry, everyone watching.
It's fine,
sailor,
Cody.
mouthed man.
It's fine. 3 mana from Tanner here. No, not 3 mana. All good cards, Tanner. Just gonna pass back over to Cody here. No attack from the Solitude.
Combat.
No spells cast. Cody heading straight to combat here. Endurance gonna get in the red zone for 4. There's 3 mana from Cody. Cycle a Roger and Triome. Solitude is going to get ran over by this Endurance here, so he will gain 3 and go up to 11, I believe.
Let me see. Yep, go ahead.
Ragavan and Smuggler's Copter going to get cast at the end of the turn. And here is 4 mana for an Undermountain Adventurer. This is a desperation play, I believe. I don't think I would want to introduce this mechanic to this game at this stage. He did gain 6... Yeah, he gained 6 life off of that Solitude, so he's at 11, I believe. But Cody, with his overwhelming board presence, unless Tanner has a solid follow-up for 1 mana after he makes this land drop, there's the Forest. Just doing anything to try to stay alive in this game. There's 2 mana for a Bone Crusher Giant. That looks to be going to Tanner's face, so Tanner down to 9 here. Cast the Bone Crusher Giant. That'll probably crew the Copter.
Crew. Yep. Combat. Yep.
Oh, I was wondering if he was just going to attack with the Copter, but it looks like all 3 of these creatures are going to get in the red zone here. So Tanner will be able to block the Endurance and then take 5. If he does that, Ragavan is going to get triggered here. So Tanner's down to 4. Top card is a Birds of Paradise.
This is alive. They're 3/4.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Cody thinking about casting this Birds of Paradise. I think he sees the light at the end of the tunnel.
Sorry. Thank you.
Cody Baker is in a good position to take this game down. Looks like Tanner's going to cycle a Lorien Revealed.
Instead of the treasure
Finally able to find these mana sources that he's desperately needed this entire game. However, I'm afraid it might be too little too late without a way to answer multiple threats like a wrath of some sorts. The writing is all but on the wall. Head back over to Tanner here. Volcanic Island was picked up off of that Lorien Revealed. Just a ton of cards in hand for Tanner here. What's it gonna be?
Yeah, you got it.
That's it. There's the handshake. Cody gonna take this one down over 2023
Sorry, I cursed
champion Tanner. In 2 games, Gruul Monsters proving to be too much and able to capitalize on Tanner's stumbles on mana there in game 2. That's going to do it for this round. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn those notifications on so that we get to annoy you every time we upload a video. And we will definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye!